A little nameplate just like yours, Dave?
That'd be wonderful to have that.
Awesome. Welcome back to City Scene. We are up in the City Council chambers, sitting in the big comfortable chairs, which I'm sure get a little uncomfortable at times, right?
Sometimes.
Our City Attorney Dave Hollick with us. How are you, Dave?
I'm good, Steve. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I appreciate you coming on the show again. The City Council's been talking about, for years, has been talking about changing the terms for City Council, right?
Correct.
Okay, and I guess that's come up again.
That is correct. And this is something that has come up several times in the past few years, and it's come back up for council. And what they're considering is lengthening the terms of council members from 2 years to 4 years.
So right now, it's every 2 years, entire city council and the mayor all get reelected, or new people come on board in the elections for everybody at the same time. But if you move it to 4 years, that's not what they're proposing, correct?
That is correct. So when they change it from 2 years to 4 years, the other component of that is to make it staggered terms, so that one half of the council members are voted every 2 years into office.
So tell me about one of the advantages, or some of the advantages, for doing the longer terms and the staggered terms as well.
What it does is it promotes continuity and stability on the city council. You always have a member of council who has experience and has served for at least a two-year period. The other thing that it does is it allows the council members more time to implement their programs and initiatives.
Okay, now what are some of the disadvantages for it?
Well, the disadvantage that has is that the citizens are not able to come in and elect their representatives every 2 years. And some persons think that's important to provide a responsive city council.
Okay, so we're not here to promote either option of extending or of keeping as is. We're just doing an education, right?
That is correct.
Okay, and I know that the city council says that they don't want to just make it happen. They want community input, right?
Correct. What city council has asked is that there be some community forums up front so they can gauge what the sentiments are of the citizenry for this potential change. And then based upon that, they'll decide whether or not to proceed. Besides that, as part of the statutory process for the change, there's a requirement that there be a public hearing before they implement it. And then the other thing that City Council has indicated that they desire to do is to have it effective upon a vote of the people. So in other words, they would act upon it, and before it became effective, it would have to be approved by a vote of the people at a special election.
Now, you mentioned a public hearing. I know that they want more input before a public hearing as well. So you've got some forums set up so you can get people together and talk to them about what the proposals are and get community feedback, right?
Correct.
All right, when are those?
Okay, we have two public forums. The first one is March 31st and that's a Tuesday at 6 p.m. and that's in the council chambers.
The lovely city council
That's
chambers.
right. We'll be right here. And the second is 2 days after, which is April 2nd, and that will be at the chapel at the Intergenerational Center, and that's at 6 p.m. also.
And the Intergenerational Center is over on West 5th Street.
That is correct. During these forums, I'll present the concept, and we'll be receiving public comments, so that can be passed on to City Council.
Okay, so you're not making the decisions. The decisions won't happen on those dates. You're just letting people know, getting the input, bringing the input back here to the council.
Correct. And then what council will do is, based upon that input, make a determination as to whether they want to proceed. And then there will be another public hearing where citizens will have another opportunity to speak.
And that would be the official public hearing, which would happen during a city council meeting right here inside the council chambers.
That is correct.
Okay. And then if they continue on from there, it would then be something that would put on a ballot potentially in November or some other time, right?
Correct. They have two choices. One would be at the same time as the municipal election, which would be November 3rd. The other would be at the primary election, which would be in 2016, May 3rd.
And that's if they decide that they're going to go through with it either way.
That is correct.
Okay, great. Well, if people have any questions, they should come to one of the forums then, right?
That would be best. And again, we want people to come so that they can provide input.
Okay, Tuesday, March 31st, what time?
6 p.m.
Right here in the City Council chambers at City Hall, 200 West 5th Street. And the other one is Thursday, April 2nd, right?
Correct, at the chapel at the Intergenerational Center on West 5th Street.
And that's also at 6 p.m.
Correct.
Great. Thank you much, Dave. Appreciate
Thank
you coming on the show.
Thank you much.